Maybe Meghan and Harry should, because they are also not there. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello. Hi. Hello, everybody. How are you? What if the world can change me? Welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados, as always. Okay, so basically we have a whole dossier of things to talk about today. Okay, we just have some housekeeping to do. Yes, I know my new mic was a bit problematic in the first instance because I didn't have the volume input. It's techie stuff. But basically I fixed everything, so it should be good now. Having said that. Okay, it should be good now. Are we good? We're good. Okay, she's good. So that's it. I fixed it. So let's first start off with what is COP26. It's a pivotal moment in the fight against climate change, basically. So we're just coming together to discuss ways that we could potentially change it and so on and so forth. But it was important enough for Joe Biden to, pay very close attention to what was going on. And here he is paying very close attention. Oh my God.
To make decisions and reach agreements which will affect the lives of generations.
So Joe Biden is here thinking about climate change. Our Prime Minister of Barbados also spoke with him when he was awake. And you can see her here holding hands with him, walking out with him. Oh, somebody comes. Hold on. Wait, listen. You're sleeping. Okay, this is what he's saying. He's like, you're sleeping. It's not acceptable. And Joe Biden is like, what? I'm Joe Biden. It's okay. I do what I want. Thank you. And bye-bye. And clap. Oh my God. Madame Prime Minister Mia Mottley did a really amazing speech, and she's been given a lot of accolades for her speech. I know that Mia Mottley is the best in the world. I know that because I know her personally, and she's just the most brilliant person I've ever met. I actually cry when I listen to her speak most of the time, but I'm not going to put all that in here. I just want you to know I'm from Barbados. Mia Mottley is our Prime Minister, and she got so much attention for her speech without notes as usual.
Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the pandemic has taught us that national solutions to global problems do not work. We come to Glasgow with global ambition to save our people and to save our planet.
And she's just brilliant. And actually, Prince Charles is coming to Barbados soon, or going to Barbados soon, to, talk about, I guess, because we're leaving. We're leaving. We're not going to be part of the Commonwealth anymore. That was a decision made and prepared for a long time in our country. But Mia Mottley is going to have Prince Charles there to sort of transition out of that. And so anyway, he's excited to come, apparently. So, of course, we have to go back to Meghan Markle. So what happened? Okay, well, first of all, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry were left out of the Queen's speech. So let's just watch the Queen's speech. It was very good. I like her color of choice for her outfit. Let's just hear what she's saying.
Thank you, Prime Minister Holness, for your kind words of introduction.
Oh, I'm going to pause. So Prime Minister Holness is the Jamaican Prime Minister, Andrew Holness. And I just really like that another Caribbean leader was part of this, speaking about the climate change and small island developing states. Of course, we have the fish sanctuaries in the Caribbean, and he made a big statement about playing our parts here. I don't even know where I am sometimes. Listen, I'm so used to being in Barbados and now I'm in another island that I get confused. Anyhow, don't mind me. We all have to play our parts as island people towards the environment. Anyhow, I don't talk politics, by the way. But I just thought it was really cool that Andrew Holness introduced Queen Elizabeth. So anyway, let's hear her speech.
I'm delighted to welcome you all to the 26th United Nations Climate Change Conference. And it is perhaps fitting that you have come together in Glasgow, once a heartland of the Industrial Revolution.
Okay, so Wolfblitzer went to Iraq and all of that. He's a big correspondent. He's a big reporter. And he said, I'm now reporting from Edinburgh in Scotland, where 20,000 world leaders and delegates have gathered for the COP26 climate change. For the COP26 climate summit. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do this. Okay. COP, by the way, stands for I'm now reporting from Edinburgh in Scotland, where 20,000 world leaders and delegates have gathered for the COP26 climate summit. COP, by the way, stands for Conference of the Parties. It's the 26th time they have gathered to discuss and take action on this critical issue. I'm really happy that they had this concise definition of it, to be honest. But it's not an error. You're in the wrong city. It's not in Edinburgh. It's in Glasgow. And he has 2 seats here available that I'm not sure who's going to sit at them, but maybe Meghan and Harry should, because they are also not there. So anyway, so these 2 seats for Meghan and Harry, apparently, and it's a big rig. They have set up all the lighting. I just can't believe they got the wrong city. Or like, even if people came to Edinburgh and then went on to Glasgow, Scotland, why didn't you go with them? Like, why are you not present and accounted for at the actual conference? Is what I don't understand. But nice to see you. Okay, we can clear that window.
But now a place to address climate change. This is a duty I'm especially happy to discharge, as the impact of the environment on human progress was a subject close to the heart of my dear late husband, Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. I remember well that in 1969, he told an academic gathering, if the world pollution situation is not critical at the moment, it is as certain as anything can be that the situation will become increasingly intolerable within a very short time. It is a source of great pride to me that the leading role my husband played in encouraging people to protect our fragile planet lives on through the work of our eldest son, Charles, and his eldest son, William. I could not be more proud of
him. So you can see that they're going to sort of co-reign, Prince Charles and Prince William, which is something that people suspected for a long time, that they were actually going to, because William has it's a personality thing, I think, and William has a personality and Charles has the second in line title. So I think that this is her explaining that they're going to be doing things together from now on. By the way, love her lipstick. Going to try I want to see if I find a lipstick like that. Okay, be right back.
The world has the chance to join in the shared objective of creating a safer, stabler future for our people and for the planet on which we depend. None of us underestimates the challenges ahead, but history has shown that when nations come together in common cause, there is always room for hope. Working side by side, we have the ability to solve the most insurmountable problems and to triumph over the greatest of adversities. For more than 70 years, I have been lucky to meet and to know many of the world's great leaders.
That's a trick.
And I have
Don't click
perhaps
on the
come to
teeth.
understand a little about what made them special. It has sometimes been observed that what leaders do for their people today is government and politics. But what they do for
Neither
the
which I
people of
like.
tomorrow, that is statesmanship.
Yes.
I, for one, hope that this conference will be one of those rare occasions where everyone will have the chance to rise above the politics of the moment and achieve true statesmanship. Of course, the benefits of such
Planning.
actions will not be there to enjoy for all of us here today. We none of us will live forever. But we are doing this not for ourselves, but for our children and our children's children, and those who will follow in their footsteps. And so I wish you every good fortune in this significant endeavor.
Very good. She's beautiful. She just looks beautiful and fresh. Anyway, that's our queen, Her Majesty. So there was no mention of Harry and Meghan. A lot of people, I'm here just looking at the Queen's speech in text, and a lot of people thought that was weird. Why? But they're not present. They weren't invited. So of course they had to come back with their clap back, and the Mail Online talked about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle pledge Archewell will reach net zero carbon emissions by 2030. An online statement shared hours after the Queen failed to mention them in her COP26 address. I mean, they're not relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't mentioned because they weren't relevant. And so they inserted themselves into this huge global issue by making arbitrary dates and promises of emissions of, net zero. And this has to be explained what net zero means. I mean, it's just like using the least amount of, to understand our collective footprint. So you're going to put the least carbon footprint you possibly can. Listen, I don't care. All I know is, how you can reduce your carbon footprint is like what we eat, how often we eat it. Of course, they have debunked themselves with being vegan and then having a chicken dinner and then like eating chicken, but like also not wanting chicken at their wedding. And so their word is not valid on that. Then you have our transport for the frequency of it. Of course, they took private jets to New York for their tour of underprivileged neighborhoods in New York. Our daily commute, same. Our use of electricity and heating, you have a big ass house that's like 14 million pounds worth, or was it dollars or pounds worth of heating and electricity. Our reliance on big industries that contribute to the problem. You take sponsorship from any and everybody in big industry, right? And you're still going back to Procter and Gamble. You're trying everything to get money. So okay, so you're a waste of time, and we're done with that. Now, this IG post, which I have here, about Meghan trying to do this, it's on her fan page, and I have to look at these things. The Duchess of Sussex, double Sussex sighting. Harry is one of the speakers at the Rewired event. Various speakers will take part in a series of conversations throughout the day on November 9th between technologists and people who think hard about the consequences for those technologies on society, economic sustainability, and ultimately our future. And all of that doesn't make any difference to us, like all that word salad. But he is, what I found interesting in this series of posts, they have Prince Harry joins Aspen Institute fight against misinformation. And they have the actual picture here of Oprah interviewing them in the Oprah interview, which was the big bombshell in March that made them even relevant, okay, after they left England. But hang on. So internet lies? What about national TV, 9 billion people watch, whatever it was? What about those lies? What about lies you're telling people about your experience in the royal family? And what about gaslighting with mental health, virtue signaling? What about all of these things that you're doing? But you're going to talk about internet lies. Okay, he's talking about being cancelled. The internet lie machine. He's talking about being cancelled. Anybody can be cancelled. If you put yourself out there like they are doing constantly every single day, to the point where like I want to make a video and I can't make it because something else comes up and I have to, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm doing like this sort of montage of different things, because every day they're coming out with different things and I can't help myself but like include it. Do you know what I mean? So the internet lie machine, how it works, we know about that. You're kind of late to the jump on that, and he's going to talk about that. Not sure. They're still kind of hiding her from talking. What I want to say is they're pushing Harry forward more because he's less disliked, I think, at this point. So he's going to be talking about these things, which is, I kind of feel like neither of them are good at talking about anything. One comes across very disingenuous and one comes across like a one bobo, for my Hispanic viewers. A one bobo, an idiot, basically, you know? Sorry about the gardeners. I don't know the schedule. It's my new studio. Sorry. Anyway, Harry says social media is dividing us. Together we can redesign it. No, you can't. You don't have a following. Like, you literally don't. You haven't. I don't know why he thinks he has a following. I think maybe somebody told him like, oh, because you have to come from TikTok. You have to come from Vine. Okay? Go do some dances with your hands on TikTok, and then maybe you'll have a following and we can actually follow. Because you don't have, just because you're Prince Harry does not mean that you're going to automatically be relevant on social media. It's actually very hard. And I wonder if this gardener is actually inside the studio. Is he? I should persevere. Anyway, this was a big deal. They said it was Meghan, sighting and whatever. Meghan heads to Washington. Duchess invited to bipartisan meeting by Democrat Senator Gillibrand to talk about paid parental leave, as she is slammed by Republicans for interfering in U.S. politics. And so this is where I just wanted to mention that Meghan has personally called senators personally on their personal lines, and they did not know who was calling them. She cold called them, as we say, which is when you just pick up your phone and call. You don't message, you don't email, you don't anything first. She obtained the numbers by saying she's the Duchess of Sussex, and then cold call them, and they did not expect it, and they made fun of her, and actually were very annoyed by her doing that and just interfering in politics. They don't like it. She hasn't paid her dues to politics. She's just come over from England with an English title and trying to make it work for her in Hollywood. Politicians don't have any time for that. That's not what they do. I mean, they do a lot of entertainment, but they don't do that, what she's doing. Gillibrand is now told the 19th she plans to invite Meghan to bipartisan dinner she is hosting in the coming month with all the women senators to give her platform to discuss paid leave. I guess she just wants her to embarrass herself. And so Republican Lisa McLean from Michigan told Daily Mail, Meghan Markle is incredibly out of touch with the American people and should stick to acting instead of trying to play politics. So, like I said, whatever she does from here on, we know what they're trying to show her as. In crazy IG news, this whale at whales.firefly, she tries to look and recreate Diana for purposes of escapism and aesthetics, she says. And I had to translate a lot of it because I think she's from Kazakhstan or... yeah, anyway, you know how it is when you press translate on IG, whatever. But basically, she doesn't see any similarity between herself and Diana, but any money she... Hold on. This Gardner's actually here. I can't believe it. Oh my God. What does he want? Okay. Unbelievable. Sorry about that. I am very sorry about that. You think it's easy to make YouTube videos? It's not. It's not. Anyway, so she doesn't see any similarity between herself and Diana, but on any money she makes, she gives to charity, allegedly. And she makes these really cool videos of like, I thought it was actually the movie Spencer that they were promoting when I saw it. She does a lot of work to make it look like it is actually like videos or footage of Diana from before, before she passed away. So it's like a bit confusing and a bit obsessive, but I kind of like it. Which leads me back to the Spencer movie, which I need to review as soon as possible. And I will be reviewing the Spencer movie with Kristen Stewart, and I'm doing some editing for my other channel, Leilani of Jersey, which I hope you will look at and subscribe to, because I'm doing more like localized stuff with that and just trying different jobs, and just maybe I should try a gardener job. First world problems, honey, but I am from the third world, so you know how it is. I know I am in touch with reality. This is nuts though. If you like this video, please subscribe, please give it a thumbs up, and the gardener and I say goodbye from Jersey. Hope to see you soon, and I really hope this audio is not absolute crap. Thank you so much. Please subscribe if the audio is not absolute crap. And if you want to see more of me, and subscribe to my Jersey channel as well, which I will link in the description. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye-bye.
What if the world can change me? What if the world